Did you know it's a Rollerblade USA video? And do you know where we are? We're at one of the most beautiful places probably in the world. I would imagine we're gonna find out. It's the Garden of the Gods. That's right. It's the Garden of Gods. I have been here, driven through a couple times, but I haven't been here in a while. And of course today, we're on our rollerblades. So get ready, should be a good time. We've got the sunscreen on and the hat. It's not too hot yet. I'm wearing a sweatshirt to get a little more wind resistance because Lord knows what we're gonna encounter on this trip. So some of the areas, I think this is actually a great spot for rollerblades because the cars can't go very fast on this road, all right? So I'm always going to be able to be going the speed of the cars that are coming down here. And a lot of the offshoots they're not quite paved roads, but they're smooth enough that with a decent pair of rollerblades, you're fine. So this road right now is super smooth. I can go forwards or backwards to see cars coming. And I can also stop relatively quickly through a hockey stop. What that looks like is this. You can see that. Now I am a highly experienced rollerblader. I mean, I've got my 10,000 hours plus on rollerblades and been doing it for 30 years now. So I'm a little different than most people. I'm essentially a professional at this. And that's why I'm able to do it. So I figured I'd do the YouTube videos, do something that you're good at, because when you do something you're good at, that's what goes on YouTube. I mean, look, and down I go. Why, hello there, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's reasonably early in the day where the sun's not too bad here in Colorado Springs at the Garden of the Gods. It's a Rollerblade USA day. I learned a good lesson already today. We're on the rollerblades. I was actually already starting this video bragging about what a great rollerblader I am, and I took my first fall. I was going backwards in the bike lane and it went off the road. Luckily though, it wasn't bad at all. All I did was cut my hand. So we're not gonna brag. We're actually gonna talk about how it's really important not to brag, because as soon as you start bragging, you forget about what you're doing. And if I'm gonna be doing this in cities all across the country, as I plan on doing, then I have to be safe. So we're gonna be safe. We're gonna concentrate on being safe, and we're also gonna concentrate on doing good video and talking about the Garden of the Gods, which is a really gorgeous place. So, I mean, really one of the wonders of the earth. There's a bunch of different rock formations in here. It's actually really nice and sort of built essentially for the biker or the rollerblader. As you can see, this is where I fell off the road. I was just going backwards and wasn't looking. Luckily, I didn't hit that rock or anything and hit my head. Had a nice soft fall and some soft dirt here. A lot of just kind of dry, you know, it's really dryish air up here, and things lose their moisture pretty quickly because you're at a really high elevation of, you know, 8,000 or 9,000 feet or something up here almost, north in Colorado Springs. So this is just a beautiful tourist spot. You're going to see some things that you're going to rub your head and wonder how Mother Nature created such shapes, right? So let's start. So, I'm not sure how long this is going to take, but I will do some editing after the fact and combine in the highlights. In the meantime, I figured I'd talk political or just talk in general. I was like, what do I do while we're going from place to place here? One is try not to huff and puff too much to show you that the ease of the rollerblade. Go ahead. You can generally do this without exerting too much energy, which is why I like to do this. If we're at a high elevation here, I should be huffing and puffing, and I will be for sure once I get back up the hill. But look at that stuff. They name things by their formations out here. Remember, there's an area up in Steamboat Springs where they say, "Are you leaving by bunny ears?" Which means something like that, where there's a weird formation in the rock that resembles a bunny's ears. It's one of the only highways to get out of Steamboat Springs. You're heading back to Denver. So they're like, you going bunny ears or you going the other way? You going west. So we're gonna get going some pretty high speeds here because these are very hilly. If I need to hit the brakes, I'm gonna need about 10 or 20 feet of hockey stop to stop. So you have to use evasive maneuver, but if you've got experience doing this, you kind of understand when you're in control and when you're out of control. And me falling earlier in the earlier video that was only a minute long taught me you've got to be careful here. So we're just going to be careful. I've always said people who text and drive in Colorado die because you go off a mountain. Look at these crazy formations here. So we're just on the road, not even off the walkable hiking paths. Walkable hiking paths are phenomenal. As you can see, people are going to be dancing from one to the other. But the freedom of the rollerblades here is really nice because you can see the cars don't have a place to park in every one of the stop-offs. But I could rollerblade on that path technically, and we might do that at some point. So it started up at the top parking lot of what I believe was the south entrance. So there are multiple entrances here. You're looking obviously at acres and acres and acres. Manatee Springs. We're doing some hills. So you got a nice path in here you can go. So here's a paved path. Let's do this. I saw this in other videos. So here you've got this paved path on the inland of what I think is the east entrance. Don't quote me on that. The reason why they paved a path here is that the formations must be so ridiculous. I'm probably not allowed to rollerblade here, but I'll just assume I am. I just tell them it's like a handicap accessible permit. Like I'm better on my rollerblades than on my feet. Let's see here. No, I don't see anything. I love the paved path. Wow, people rock climbing. Where's that guy? Hold on a sec. Here we go. Cool. See, I will go backwards here. He's teaching people. Huh. Yeah, we're learning something. Key to life is moderation, folks. Gotta learn a little bit of everything. Look at this guy. I would not do this, especially on my rollerblades. Cool. All right. So there's main parking lots. There's other paths. We're gonna go right and then loop back. Because this is really, I think, the function of this video. Should be the paved walkway here and what you're gonna see, how long it is. Because I've never done this. This is a first. Why, welcome to Wednesday. I believe it's July 19th. It's a Rollerblade USA series. We're in a beautiful, beautiful location. We're at the Garden of the Gods, Colorado Springs. And we're gonna do the interior paved area, basically. It looks like there's about a mile or so of paved walkway, and looking through a couple miles of all these different formations here at the Garden of the Gods. Of course, on the rollerblades, I'm a bit more mobile than those people. And I'm not going to gloat, but I am a professional. And that means you gotta take secure safety standards. I actually already did a video today coming down the hill from the parking lot, and I was bragging about everything. And
actually not really supposed to be rollerblading in here. So if you don't mind just like going up there and taking them off, or if you're done for the day.
yeah, I'll go back to the parking lot.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
No, I understand.
I hate being fun police, but yeah.
No, it's fine. I didn't see a sign, but
there's a bunch up there.
A bunch
yeah,
up there?
Once you come in from any of the parking lots, they all have the little like.
But I can do it on the bike lane on the road, right?
You're technically not supposed to, but I'm not gonna say anything. And,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, the
and most
bikes are
people-
on there, so it's similar, right?
Yeah, it's the brakes thing. It
Oh,
has
yeah.
brakes, but it's not like super.
Yeah. Yeah, I can brake.
Just be really careful and cautious because
Sure,
people
I'll
are
do that.
always stopped in the bike lane.
Oh, yeah,
so-
yeah, totally. No, I already
Yeah.
felt once.
Okay, yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, guys. We got shot down. We have to listen to the law. So we will go. We'll get out. Even though, like I said, like basically handicapped. I'm better on these than on my feet. But I guess we have to stop. See how nice people are in Colorado, though? That's a park ranger in like a different area of the country. They're going to be like, I can see why actually I'm not supposed to rollerblade here because technically I have to do a lot of crazy stuff to avoid everybody. And so I'm with them on this law. It's okay, I'm not supposed to be out here rollerblades anyway. I'm actually leaving the park.